Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the 6 a.m. Club again. This is the second episode. And yeah, you guys, a lot of you guys like the first one. I got a lot of messages, a lot of love. I just want to say I appreciate it. And I think this is something that people need and they want to see. So I'm here doing it, man. So let's just try and keep it going and keep the consistency up. So today's conversation, it's kind of like the first 6 a.m. Club. I was just introducing it. So this conversation is more of a 6 a.m. Club conversation. And today's conversation is called Life is Hard. I think that, by the way, I got my notes on here. So if you see me looking at my laptop, it's because I'm just getting little notes and little prompts. So yeah, life is hard, man. I think it's important to understand that in life, a lot of the time, we're going to make sacrifices. Life is hard. And I learned a while ago, just from watching podcasts and listening to certain conversations, I learned that if you don't make sacrifices now, then you'll make sacrifices later, right? Life is hard. Once upon a time, I can't remember who I was speaking to, but they said to me, we was talking about training. And I said to them, sometimes training can be hard, man. And they said, yeah, do you know what else is hard? Being unhealthy. And I said, you know what? Pick your hard. They said to me, pick your hard. Is it, there's some things now that you feel like it's going to be hard work, but later on down the line, it makes your life easy. You can have a hard life now and an easy life later, or your easy life now and a hard life later. Like, there's a lot of people who now these days, they're not investing in their future. They're not investing in their time. They're just living in the moment. You know what I mean? That's all well and good. I'm here for people to have fun and enjoy themselves and explore life, right? But at the same time, I'm not going to hide from the truth and the reality. And that is that there's going to come a time when a lot of your work that you're doing now, a lot of the stuff that you're doing now, a lot of the things you're investing your time in now is going to pay off at a later date or later on down the line, or you're going to see the results of it further on down the line in your life. Do you know what I mean? Everything is a sacrifice. Yeah. When you decide to sacrifice something now, then you get something later on in return. If you decide to not sacrifice something now, then, you get the results of that later on down the line. But it all comes down to life being hard. What else was there? So, for example, I remember, I'll give you an example of me thinking about life now, right? So, I came out of jail, and when I came out of jail, I remember thinking to myself, I don't want to do anything wrong or anything illegal. I kind of want to ride this wave, this legal wave, and get a job and work and apply myself to certain things. And that's what I did. And I remember at the time as well, like, I had a brethren, and he was making jokes with all my other brethrens, saying to them, calling me Worksy. So he's like, Jobsy, because I had jobs, right? But at the time, I just kept seeing this thing as a sacrifice. I kept seeing it as, I'm missing out on the parties, I'm missing out on the holidays, I'm missing out on all the things that seemed fun then. I'm missing out on them, right? And I applied myself to the railway at the time, and I applied myself to working at the time. And then slowly, as time went on and the years went on, everything that I applied myself to in those years, and all the things that I learned, and all the things that I grasped, and all the things that I picked up, they started to become important. So the importance of having a job, for example, a lot of people, they always think, I'm not working, I wouldn't work for anyone, I wouldn't work a 9 to 5. And I get it, I understand it. Even now, a lot of the time, I think I wouldn't work a 9 to 5 ever again. I would never work for someone. I like to work for myself. I like the comfortability of that. But I had to do it for years for me to learn, one, why I didn't want to do it. That's really bad. That's a note that we should take. But one, why I didn't want to do it. And two, also, what comes from doing it. You know what I mean? So, for example, working a job, it teaches you about discipline, teaches you about being punctual, being on time. Being on time is mad important to so many. I see too many people who kind of cruise through life thinking It doesn't matter about being on time. Be on time. Be on time. I promise you, it helps your life out. You'll have a better life. You'll feel more successful. You'll see more success just from the simplicity of being on time. What other things do jobs teach you? Jobs teach you to be answerable to someone, to have to report to somebody, or to do your work to a high standard, so that you know that you've completed a certain task, you've completed a job, you've completed this thing. You learn from everything, and that's what a lot of the time I think people forget. They think, they just see things as a moment in time. Oh yeah, I done a job. But what did you learn from that? What did you take from that? What did you bring home from that? How did that improve you? How did that make you better? You know what I mean? So that's just a little bit about work and jobs, and but overall today's conversation is about life being hard. Yeah. So I'll give you another example of life being hard. Not being in shape. So I mean, there used to be a saying, a moment on the lips, a lifetime on the hips, or whatever it is, right? And you can think to yourself, okay, to wake up early in the morning and go gym and find the energy to go gym and put in that work and do cardio and train your muscles and eat regimented and not have certain things for a certain amount of time. You can be like, that's hard. To diet is hard. To eat healthy and clean is hard. To not give in to drinking alcohol and all these things, it's hard, right? But I tell you what else is hard. Illness, cancer, diabetes, all these kind of diseases and health issues that as you get older, you start to deal with. You know what I mean? I've been a big guy for a long time because I've always struggled. Training isn't my thing. I love training. I love sports. I love fighting, football, swimming, table tennis, volleyball, cricket, basketball, whatever. I'm on sports. Anyone who knows me knows I love sports. But then the sacrifices that I'm not making are on the food side. So at some point, my body is paying back for that now. As I'm getting a little bit older, I'm starting to find it's harder for me to get healthy. It's harder for me to stay fit. It's harder for me to just sprint and go off the mark and just go and do certain things. You know what I mean? Due to me being of a certain size, which now I have to apply myself and start making the sacrifices. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man, overall today, I just wanted everybody to think about life being hard. It can be easy now and hard later, or hard now and easy later. And the problem is, now that you know that and you know that trick, if you fail, or if you don't start to apply yourself, or if you don't see certain things happen, guess whose fault it is? Guess it's yours. You know what I mean? A lot of the time people don't want to, they don't want to take responsibility or accountability for themselves and the things that don't go right. You have the power to change yourself. You have the power to be a better person. You have the power to be different. You have the power to improve your life every day. You have to wake up with this thing in mind. You got to wake up. This thing's got to be ticking. You know what I'm saying? It's easy to read books. It's easy to listen to me chat shit. It's easy to go and watch these, what they talk, not concerts, these seminars, these talks and stuff with people. Oh yeah, this positive guy. Oh, this great guy. Da, 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 da. But if you're not putting it into action, if you're not making the sacrifices, then honestly, you're wasting your time. You know what I mean? So when it all boils down to it, it's about sacrifices. Yeah. So remember that. That was today's 6 a.m. club. I hope you have a good day, a brilliant day. The weather's nice outside, so I hope everybody's going outside to get some weather, some nice weather. That was a 6 a.m. club. Big up the man them, big up the gal them. Wagwan for the weirdos, I just can't understand them. Life is hard. Life is hard. So, yeah. How many places in your life are you taking the easy road? I want you to think about that. How many places in your life are you doing the easy way instead of going the hard way? And can you change it? Can you make it better? Have a think about that. I've had to start sacrificing in regards to food because I want to lose weight and I want to be the best version of myself. And I feel like I want to be handsome. I want to feel like I want to put on clothes and feel like I'm a super handsome man, which is crazy for me, but it's just how I feel. And that's something that's driving me towards being healthier and being fitter, and I want to run faster, and I want to punch faster, and I want to punch harder, and I want to see, I know what I look like, but I want to see what I look like, the best version of myself. So you start thinking about those sacrifices for you. Those things spur me on. But I also want you to understand this before I go, right? Every single time that you say yes to one thing, you say no to another thing, right? My bro Diff always used to tell me, he always would say to me, if you want a six pack, you have to wake up and do what people with six packs do. And eventually you'll have a six pack. And I think that notion, you can apply that to anything in life. If you want to be an MP and you wake up every day and do what MPs do, then eventually you're going to be an MP. You know what I mean? You wake up and do what footballers do. You might not be a footballer, but you might get a chance and be a footballer. So just bear that in mind. You're increasing your chances. So listen, that was a 6 a.m. club. I appreciate you. Life is hard. It can be easy now and hard later, or hard now and easy later. But overall, it's about us. Yeah? Big up the man them, big up the gal them. What go on for the weirdos, I just can't understand them. I hope you're enjoying this. Please remember to like, comment and subscribe to the channel for more 6 a.m. clubs. And yeah, man, I'll see you guys soon. Big up. Peace.